and also at the time, the Bing exchange, Bing X, had a way of automating the trade signals coming in. That exchange is no longer available in the US, and there's not a single other exchange that actually allows for you to automate those trade signals coming from TradingView. Um,
So you can no longer do it.
I can't run it, but I can back test it. So I know that like last month, 211% on Bitcoin, the algorithm would have done, and I know that my back testing is relatively accurate.
And what if you would have a month ago just bought and held for a month? What would have it done? Do you ever check that?
Also, I could probably share my screen.
No, yeah, share your screen.
You know what? So it updated and it's not showing that result right now. But I do see a blue line for the buy and hold, and so you do see the relative, like if you just bought and hold.
Yeah, you do that because sometimes when it's in a trend, everybody is excited, and if they just bought and held, then they wouldn't have to be so nervous. That's on some of those stocks, or even on crypto. How did it do? Year to date.
What's cool about this algorithm is it goes long and short, so it makes it going up and down.
Yeah, it's interesting in my classes. This semester I haven't done it, but every prior semester I've done trading in my class as an exercise to show my students.
Ninja Trader.
We were using Ninja Trader.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I was basically an advisor to Ninja Trader, and they gave us a lot of access. So our students were using Ninja Trader, and then we used it also on the cloud since Ninja Trader required Windows and a lot of our students, so we were doing it. And then I started moving on to other areas, but it's funny. Small world, huh?
It was too complicated for the students.
It turned out when I was doing it, just very few students were interested in it, and for the others, it was too complicated for them. So I said, let me try this time. But I had tried it for many semesters on them, showing them on optimization, showing them that they can review a number of different options. And you were using options or no, just straight?
I mean, my algorithm specifically works really well with futures.
Futures.
Options trading.
Yes.
Futures of what?
Futures of for crypto, for Bitcoin.
Futures of Bitcoin, or futures of commodities, or futures of what?
So this algorithm actually does work on stocks, and I have tested it. It was incredible. It's actually profitable right now, showing like 7% in the last 4 weeks on just the S&P.
Really, that's good.
Right now.
Yeah, it's dropping. Yeah, so it's doing shorts too.
Yeah, exactly. But it's optimized. I'm trading 5-minute candles, so it's optimized for cryptocurrency in a 24-hour market. And honestly, it's making like the most profitable trades are being made at like 5 a.m. between like 3 and 5 a.m. sometimes.
So you're doing 5-minute.
Yeah, 5-minute candles with like 8 or 9 indicators, and it's actually like a matrix. It's not like when it hits this, it's like when this is greater than this, and so it's all very it fluctuates with the market, and so the algorithm itself kind of becomes an indicator of market sentiment in a sense. But it's specifically designed for perpetual futures in cryptocurrency, and it's been consistently profitable across a lot of different assets. I think my best month was almost 1,000% on I think it was Phantom.
Wow.
And
Phantom.
What is Phantom?
Another crypto.
I'm back testing right now using Binance's data.
Yeah, Binance's data, right.
Yeah.
They had some problems before, but okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more because I can't actually employ it, it's more just to see how it operates.
See how you're doing it. So are you invested in crypto or no, or you decided no?
Yeah. I mean, my nest egg right now is in crypto. And it's great to see like my research actually paying off now that Trump just announced XRP to be part of the Federal Reserve.
Oh, he did? Yeah, I didn't.
Reserve basket. XRP, Solana, and Cardano, ADA, are all three going to be of the 5 cryptos that he announced, Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. but I'm like holding all of those. I'm like, oh, good, I did my research.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely. Whatever you think of Trump for the crypto, it's good for those guys. You know what I mean?
right. I mean, I would hope so. I kind of try to take like a bipart, like a
That's good.
agnostic approach. Like I think crypto is going to happen
Oh
regardless.
no, no, I do too. I do too, and
Right.
it just in the time. But this is gonna make it quicker. You know what I mean?
I think so, and I also really hope so. But
Yeah.
but
Okay.
that was my
Okay. So that's
yeah,
good. So I got one thing that we have
yeah.
in common.
Well,
Okay.
so I'm a musician primarily,
Uh
and
huh.
really like, and I have one of those classic music industry stories where my manager screws me over and
Yeah,
steals a lot of
yeah.
my stuff.
We've even been in, we do also litigation, forensic accounting, and we also do expert witness testimony. So I've heard all those stories
Oh, amazing! Yeah,
from
yeah.
musicians, right? How
I
they
got lucky
screw
enough.
me, right?
Yeah,
That's why
I
everybody
got
needs
lucky.
to get a business degree.
I mean, it's on one of the best things I have is my minor from UM in business admin.
Oh,
But
really? Okay.
yeah,
It's minor
I
in
got
what?
In
a
business school.
bachelor's in music, but took business courses and comm courses, so I graduated with three minors.
Oh, and and
Um,
and 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 com meaning communications or com meaning.
yeah, communications with an advertising
Yeah,
focus,
that's
and
good because you really that's the key here. Those two
well,
things is you have to it's music is a business, right? And also
yeah,
you have to basically promote. And if you don't promote, you can be the best musician, you know that, right?
yeah, exactly, and so that's really become what I do, just not just for myself, but for artists all over the country right now.
What
A
are you
lot of
doing
artists,
for them?
I'm producing their music, but
Oh,
I'm also creating marketing and advertising strategies, campaigns, and content. I have
okay. And what are you using for that? For AI is perfect for that, in my
yeah,
opinion.
so I did. I've done some really cool projects recently with AI where I created design, just graphic design as well for art gallery, Atelier d'Art, and I used Adobe's generative AI to create variations of original artwork that I did, and then use that to piece together like a six-part rows of all different styles of art.
Uh huh.
And then I've also done image to video and text to video to create entire bumpers for podcasts, intros and outros, and as well as scoring that. And so I also use AI when it comes to producing these artists, where we'll come up with a song, and part of the marketing campaign will be, oh, what if we had a great remix of this song? Run that through Suno, and now we have like five remixes
Yeah,
right there.
no, no, it's fantastic. In that aspect, it's fantastic. You know, I deal with a lot. I told you I was at I had that music summit, and we
Yeah.
were doing it, and I have another musician friend, and she's just so upset. She goes, everyday people can just create music that I prided myself in, and I said, so I bet then use it, and then but anyways, that is,
Yeah, no, it's definitely a fine line too,
I
because it's
know.
interesting, like especially having created algorithms myself, you kind of gain like it's not gonna do anything new or like original. It's going to only recreate what it's been trained
Well, I
on.
told you I spoke with that Tom Collins. He's that British professor knew, and
Right.
he was saying he's dealt with. I think he does some of the similar things that you do, and he does music. And he always says, when I'm dealing with these artists, there's something at the end that's missing, or something at the beginning similar that I need, and he uses it for those kind of spots.
Yeah,
That you,
it's incredible. It's an incredible inspiration machine a lot
yeah,
of the
yeah,
time.
no, well, that's it. It starts you even thinking, even when you sometimes. I think it's great for mental health.
Yeah,
When you have
I do too.
issues, I think that is fabulous, and I think it's
Yeah,
really good when things are not exact, things like in marketing, it's fabulous. When you need a hallucination, it's not going to be bad, but, if
I mean, hallucination is part of the process.
you're
yeah,
hallucinating anyways, so let it help
exactly,
you with
exactly.
hallucinations. So I think that that is the key in your creativity. But if you can embrace it, you can save a lot of time, when you're doing all the mundane types of work that,
Absolutely.
so,
And that's the approach too. And so like those hallucinations are kind of like capturing studio magic in the moment. You can't recreate that.
mm-hmm,
And so as a musician, as an artist,
right.
instead of fighting it, me and my production partner
No,
are
no, 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 that's, and not even that. You can basically do it rather then you'll be out of business. A number of these are, there won't be as many opportunities, and that's great. If you don't have that one gig, you can help all the other artists. In some ways, you're good because some of them are so traditionalist, they don't know how to do it. So they need
Right.
your services, and they're willing to pay for your services to do that.
And it's been very, very valuable for that as well. I've always personally, growing up, I worked with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last decade, I've been a Disney artist,
Mm-hmm.
and I've worked for Universal Music as
Mm-hmm.
well,
Mm-hmm.
and then just for some independent artists and studios. And I've always done the job of an entire label department for content and marketing. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's not so burdensome. Like you're actually expected to do that job these days.
Right, right.
So it's made everything so much more possible. And I've also I forgot to mention I actually worked with Singularity Net for a little while.
What did you do with them?
In their music department.
I didn't know they had a music department.
Yeah, it's called Jam Galaxy, and so they were at the time building a whole metaverse, and specifically built around music, and
Mm-hmm.
one of their was real time virtual jam sessions, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's actually what they're still focused on right now
Mm-hmm.
is reducing that latency. Apparently, they did a test, and Zoom was one of the best performing video conference softwares for latency.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, that's where they really shined, when they
yeah,
started with audio. They were really one of the
yeah,
premiers in audio,
apparently
so.
it's still like 50 to 100 something milliseconds of latency, and so they're
Yeah, no,
trying.
there is, but they're better than the rest of them, they're always
But
better.
I specifically was helping them with their social media and their marketing, and because they needed somebody who understood
Okay.
the AI that they were employing to
Mm-hmm.
market it.
And
And
so what do you use in AI for social media marketing?
well, it depends what I'm doing. It could be just a LLM like ChatGPT. I've actually been loving Grok lately.
Really?
Uh,
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of
but
my TA, he loves it too. Mm-hmm.
it is the first time that I've communicated with an LLM, and it felt like, okay, I want to create a relationship where this thing actually knows who I am,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it caters to me, and
It's not so generic.
yeah, it's
It's not
very
so AI-ish, as you
right.
can
It's
see.
like the least AI that I've spoken
Yeah,
to.
because after a while it gets. Have you seen that Google Notebook LM?
Oh, I have seen it. I haven't used it though.
You can create a podcast where you put in. Try it out. I gave it as one of my students' assignments. Is try it out and put all your documents. So they have 3 columns. They have source. They have kind of like for Gemini, like Chat GPT, kind of Gemini way. And then the third way, after you give all the documents, is it will create a podcast for you. And in the podcast, what they have right now is they have 2 speakers, a male and a female, and it's very podcastish in the way that
Right.
they do banter. It's amazing. The first time you hear it, you'll be blown away. After a while, it gets a
Let me show
series.
him what we are doing.
So
we
let
can
me just show you
understand
what we're going to be doing. But anyways, try that out, and you can see, you can create it. And
Yeah.
then what they just added is you can join in the conversation. So you can even put all
Oh,
your
you can
information
actually
about
have
you.
like
What?
you can ask questions and
And
include
or just
videos
interrupt and
on
say yes, and then you say, well, what I really want to emphasize talking about Jared is this. The only thing is, it's a start, but you can get an idea. Our students use it also for just studying for the exam.
I'm
You
going
know.
to share my screen.
Yeah. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's what I've heard is like you can take your notes from class and turn it into a 15-minute podcast.
Yeah, but you can do it with your own information, you know. So
Yeah,
so let me.
that's
You see the screen?
mhm.
Yeah, I see the screen.
Okay, so I want to show you what we are doing and how we can collaborate with you. Can you hear me?
I can. Hey,
Hi. Okay, so what you see here is a notepad with a vanity number. You know what the vanity number is? I explained it to you like 800 cold mattress
Or
or
800
800 flowers
or 800 Chat GPT.
or 800 chat GPT.
You can dial 800. Did you know you can dial Chat GPT? They made it as an exercise. You can call on your cell or even a regular POTS line. You can look at 1-800 Chat GPT, and Chat GPT will get on the line with you. They use their lowest level language model, but they're trying it out.
So anyways,
Yeah.
what we are doing, we are taking it a step further. We're making a vanity phone number that calls your AI and will tell about your AI whatever we programmed into the AI to tell. So in that case, it will be, in your case, it will be something with the word gig and describing all the gigs that you have, the time schedule, and conversing with a potential customer about your services. And I'm going to demonstrate it to you. Here are two phone numbers. One is USA Man We Go and USA Manuel. So I'm going to mark the USA Manuel with my cursor so you can see it.
Okay.
The most important thing is that it is also represents a business theme. So our focus is on surveillance and business surveillance and wellness. So MAN stands for monitoring, wellness, and also money. We're professors. I'm a professor of accounting, and she's a professor of information technology. So now I will demonstrate to you an outbound call to the AI, and we can converse with the AI and ask questions about you, for example, which obviously we don't know anything, and maybe the AI knows something.
But
So you'll see how it works.
and
And we are doing project with the students, so the students generate a vanity phone number with a business theme. In our case, it is USA monitoring wellness. And in monitoring, what we include is surveillance cameras to monitor security, like in the classroom. Every classroom has a camera. I don't know if you are aware of it.
I did know, but that's interesting that you can access the cameras.
Not only you can access, but the camera can host 10 people inside the CPU of the camera. So what we
wow.
did is while we were running a classroom, a regular classroom, we were also hosting people inside the cameras, and they participated in the class, as well as streaming it live on YouTube for students that do not want to log in. So they just type a keyword that we give them, like monitor wellness, and we will tap the search engine results page, the SERP, search engine results page, and it will say live now, and they will click on it and will be in the live session. And they can ask questions on YouTube, or they can log in. If they like to log in, they can log in on Blackboard or whatever learning management system we are using. So now and the students also make a website with the same name. So for example, one website like this is WizMoBiz, that is also a phone number, and Wiz stands for wizard, like AI wizard, that will tell you what to do in any case that you are interested. And the more you tell it, the more it learns and understands. So WizMoBiz, let's say that you have a business, a production business, and you want to get more business. So this is what we train our AI to do, to give advice for people that want to get more business. But the difference is that we are using an AI, so before you talk to us, you'll be talking to AI. The AI will screen you to find out that you are not just some tire kicker, that you have something relevant. And if you are just a tire kicker, it will tell you, we'll make an appointment later on, let me think about it. And if you are not a tire kicker, it can make an appointment in your schedule for video conference on Zoom like we have done. You know that when you were performing, we didn't have a lot of time to talk about it. I can also tell you a few things. So now I typed this phone number in my dialog box to make an outbound call. So I highlight it for you. You see 872 is the area code which spells the word USA. But the algorithms cannot decrypt and convert it to digits. So I type in the area code, the numeric area code, in contrast with the Manuel. When it sees Manuel, it parses it and it converts it to digit, and it will dial the AI.
So just as if you dialed 1-800 and you could do chat, you could write then chat GPT, it would then do the conversion. But the area code, the algorithm doesn't convert. Even though we can convert it, but you remember USA Manuel, you have to put in the 872 for
So
the
I would
area
like to
code.
demonstrate it to you. I'm going to highlight the digit that Manuel represents right here on my notepad. It is 666, 9,355. You see that? And now I'm going to click on the telephone icon. And what you will see that it will translate it to the correct number. It will call my AI, and I'll start a dialogue with my AI. And you can talk to it too, and we can see how it responds. And it learns every time you talk to it and become more and more proficient with your business. But just to...
So this is straight, so it hasn't been trained on the business yet. It's like a generic model.
This is the base, yeah.
This is a base, but you can then you can submit all your documents so it can be training on your business, on whether it's your music or you're producing.
Like, let's say that you're a production company, right? And you have a description somewhere about what you are doing in a document or a website. So you give it the document name and you upload it into the AI, and thereafter the AI will be able to answer specific questions according to whatever your document says. And we're doing it a project with the students. So in your case, if you come to the class and you tell your story, and some students, maybe musicians or some other students that are interested in it, they are broken into groups, and they will work with you to try to test it, and then you can come back when they present their project at the end of the semester and give them the grade that you think they deserve, and in the meantime, see what they have done. If you would like them to work with you in the future and with us, that is fine, and if you don't, that is fine too. And we get the free website hosting domain name from companies that want us to use their software. For example, Wix is a web hosting company. So they send their representative to train the students, give the students free hosting, free domain name, and so on. So everything that we are doing is that various companies fund it for the duration of the semester plus.
So it's like an academic partnership. We give them our advice and our consultation, and then they give us in return their upgrades for our students.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and
so if you're already working with Wix, that's where I'm hosting my webpage and all of my
Okay.
which is good, because then you'll be familiar with it. And what we do, usually after the semester, most of the students are not interested in it. They're doing it just to get their grade. So then we're not interested in it, so we abandon it, and the domain name returns to the pool, and everything goes away.
Right.
Okay, so, and if you are interested, and we are not interested, we will assist you in coordinating it so you can take all the properties and start funding it and do whatever you want with it. And if we are both interested, we can continue every semester. We have a whole bunch of new students, and we are doing it over and over again. And of course, the AI improves and so on, so it will become better and better as time goes by.
Really?
So I'm going to call the AI, now that you understand a little bit what it has to do with anything. And the project that the students do is they make up a website, they make up a chatbot that is based on AI for another company. And
We have another British company that has what they call Fastbot. They come in and give them an upgrade too to create a chatbot and train the chatbot. And their chatbot will crawl your website and then give answers appropriate to your website. So if you have it,
I
and
was
then,
gonna ask
And
if you
it,
could
oh,
just like look at my website, look at all the pages,
it's
and
right,
right, right.
it will crawl all your pages and learn that way. And of course, then you can add also documents.
Then you can add documents in
But if
addition
you
to that.
but if you don't have time to add documents,
Just put your URL and it will then crawl your URL with it. So it start, and then they have the code. It's a little code you put in, especially for even Wix, that you put it on your page that you say, chat with me.
and it's also a code
yeah.
generator. So the problem is that a lot of the students are not programmers, so it has a built-in program code generator, and it asks them in plain English questions, and when they answer the questions, it codes the bot according to whatever they say. So, and some of the students, of course, that are programmers can access the code and modify the code, much like Wix is doing with their wizards.
right, yeah, the new you can now generate. The whole
Yeah,
thing.
but then it needs a lot of work. It's like
lot
there
of work.
because it becomes so generic. I tell the students it makes no sense.
And sometimes we have computer science students that that's all they want to do. So they join the team as a programmers, and then they can modify the code and look at the code.
And then they can go in.
But
that's
most of the people focus in on marketing and business rather than programming. But some engineering and medical student want to get an MBA also, something like that.
so everyone in our class basically creates their own subject area where they're AI consultants or Gen AI consultants, and they go and give their tools, and that's what they're being doing. And whether it's in wealth, whether it's in trading, whether it's in marketing, they choose. So that's how the class runs.
That's amazing. I mean, I love this stuff so much. The fact that you guys are providing these resources and tools through university.
Well, what I tell them, I said, nobody cares about what grade you got on a silly test. I tell them, it's what can you do? And then
Well, yeah, and that's also like when I was in school, every
Right.
project I would be like, I was already working. I was on the radio.
Yeah,
while
right.
I was studying and everything.
Right.
I was like, how can I actually turn this project into something?
Right. That's what, and I say, not even that. You get your own URL, you get your own domain name, you get your own podcast, and you can share. You can do all the other things that you can do. Okay, so you want to call because we're
So I'm
running out
going
of
to
time.
click the button and it will call the AI. And you never know what will happen. Every day something happens. So
This is all demo. That's the great thing about us. We don't have to make a living
and
on
the
that.
students, we are asking the students to go to third parties like yourself and invite them to join and be guest speakers, and because the students, a lot of them are not familiar with the production business, for example,
Or the advertise. What
or
I'd
the
like.
advertising business, so they're clueless. They need to find out specifically what
Yeah.
you
So
are
I
interested in.
so I think it'd be good if you did come. It would be something more generic where everybody needs marketing, right? So you can show on how you're doing the marketing. Not everyone is a musician. Okay, so you want to call?
Yeah, so I'm going to click this button. You see this blue button? And we'll hear what happens.
You may have to open up your speaker, Abby. Yeah, open up your speaker because you don't have, and I'll turn mine down.
How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm here and ready to help you with any questions or needs you have regarding your smart home devices.
Oh, this was on home devices.
I would like to introduce to you my friend and colleague Jared Dillon. He is a musician, and he would like to ask you some questions.
Absolutely. Hi, Jared. I'm glad to meet you. Feel free to ask your questions. I'm here to help with anything you need regarding smart home devices. What can I assist you with today?
I'm very interested. Well, first, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm very interested in putting a plan together that I would be able to use your technology to best represent my music and artwork to the world.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, Jared. That sounds. I'm here and listening carefully, Jared. Let's start over. How can I assist you with utilizing smartphone technology to present your music and artwork? What specific ideas or features are you thinking about?
Specifically, I'm thinking of a call line that could promote my shows and also field inquiries for music production work or advertising work in either visual art or just scoring music for TV and film.
That's a fantastic idea, Jared. Setting up a call line can help streamline communications for your shows and inquiries. Here's a simple way to approach it. 1. Decide if you want a virtual phone service or a dedicated phone line. Virtual phone services like Google Voice can offer additional features like voicemail transcription and call forward. 2. Script a warm and inviting voicemail greeting that provides essential info about what you do and how people can connect with you. 3. Prepare specific prompts or options in your greeting-directed inquiries about performance, music production, or advertising. This helps organize calls and responses. 4. Consider a system you can use to track these inquiries efficiently, like using a project management tool, for example, Trello or Asana, to follow up bilaterally after receiving a call. 5. Ensure you share your call line through your website, social media, and any promotional flyers. If you're looking for any more detailed step-by-step setups for equipment or technology, I'm here to help. What do you think?
Mind if I ask one more question?
Please.
What would you recommend
Of course.
for a number that I would actually like to reach out to prospective clients or collaborators that could also require work for me?
Got it. For outreach to potential... It seems like you're looking for recommendations on how to use your call line effectively to reach prospects. Continuing from what I said, for outreach, I recommend choosing a reliable communication platform like a dedicated call line through an app. Services like Google Voice offer a customizable number for personal communication flow. Alternatively, consider social bi-media platforms or messaging apps like WhatsApp.
Very cool.
Okay.
So the way that it works,
You want to
they
hang
charge
up?
us,
So hang up because it's
so I'll hang up because they charge us crypto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm going to click on the red button to hang up the conversation. Okay, so the way that it works is they give us for the class duration some free crypto so we can test it and demonstrate it, and then later on, if we handed it to you, you'll have to fund it. That includes the services, the telephone services, the domain name, the hosting, all kinds of things that are related to that. But anyways, this is an explanation so you can see an example. And here is another, I'm going to go to this website just to show you another example. This is WizMoreBiz, WizMore.biz. So I'm going to type it on Google, and this is a phone number also.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm going to highlight it first. What we do is we specialize in SEO to top the search engine results page. So I'm going to go edit, copy, and now open another page of any browser and any search engine, and we don't care what it is. It will appear at the top of the search engine on YouTube and on Google and on so on. So this case, I'm using Google, as you can see, and I click on it, and this is the website. It tells you, let's talk, and the number is 949, because the word Wiz is translated to 949. W is 9, I in Wiz is 4, and Z in Wiz is 9. So it tells you, I'm a wizard, X strategy, because we are developing strategies for trading platforms like TradeStation is a local trading company. I don't know if you are aware of it. The headquarters is in Miami. Ninja Trader is another one. And all the others, we develop strategies or help traders or trading houses to develop strategies. So this is what we describe here, how we do that, and about having a vanity phone number that spells a domain name, and about the services and different programming languages such as C# and VBA, which are the main languages that we are using for currencies, cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, futures, equities, and also Excel programming. So I give you an idea and an example that so happened that you are interested in trading too, which up to this semester we were teaching it in the classes, but it was too difficult for the students to deal with all the issues, so we decided to focus more on AI, because you don't have to program and you don't have to understand programming, and
trading.
and we're thinking that the development in AI is much more accelerated now.
So you got to feel for what we're doing.
You can see about and services and contacts and blogs. Here is the most beautiful herself. So fully automated securities consultant. And that is a description of what is trading strategies. Anyways, that gives you an idea.
Yeah, it sounds like we're very aligned, and I would love to come in and speak if that's
That'd be interesting. I do Monday and Wednesday from anywhere between 4 to 7 p.m.
Okay. I'm available Mondays at that time.
Okay, perfect. So I'll send you a note.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll even invite you. We have the British guy who does fast spots. Maybe when he comes in, you could see him and then come in another day. I'll see.
I would love to, yeah.
Yeah, it may be possible to work it into your website to have a little AI chatbot.
Even have his. He has one that's free. Even.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, just start. And we can see where it goes from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Personally, my mission is to stay at the cutting edge of technology for the rest of my life. And
Good.
if I do that by working with the University of Miami.
Yeah. Fantastic. And then let us know your gigs too. We enjoyed your music very much.
Yeah, you did a great job. You know, I was thinking to myself that had you have it, they put on a sign the name of your organization, like the Echo Group or whatever you call your group.
The duo or something.
You can also put your vanity phone number, and you can tell people, give call to my AI to tell them if you enjoyed, like people come to you like us, telling you I've done a great job. So tell them, here's my number on the sign, call my AI and tell them that I've done a great job.
That's an amazing.
You know?
Yeah, little gimmick.
But it's so great. I would love it too.
Yeah.
Just to have it, you
And
know?
by the way, this AI can record the conversation, transcribe it, and it works in multiple languages. So if you speak to it in Spanish, it knows to switch to Spanish. And then it will give you access to the transcript, and you can take the transcript and paste it into your website.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Because I actually, even my audience is all over the world. I have a large following in Portugal,
Right.
or actually Brazil, but they'll speak Portuguese.
Jeez, yeah, that's perfect. And it's so easy with AI.
It's incredible. It's so amazing to connect with you.
Okay, great. So we'll keep in touch and let us know in Miami where you're playing.
Absolutely. My next
show is actually that's public is actually a So Far Sounds. If you've heard of that series, they put on intimate local concerts.
No.
So my next one will be on the 14th in Coconut Grove.
Oh, really? Where?
It's a secret location. They announced the location 36 hours before the show.
Uh-huh.
But I can share the address with you, and I'll put you on.
Yeah, okay, put it. We're your groupies.
I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if you come as a guest speaker, you can announce it to the class. And
Yeah,
maybe
any of your gigs, you know.
some of the students would like to join you.
You know.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'd be amazing. I would love any kind of collaboration.
Yeah, we got to think about it. What it fits.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
But it's gonna be great to talk.
Okay, great. All right. I'm glad that you waited around. So disregard my messages because I said we would talk.
I can't believe I just was like, you know what? Let me log back in.
You know, and then Avi says, you know, Jared's on the line. And I said, what? I sent him an email.
Well, it's amazing.
Funny. So he said, well, why didn't you get it online anyways? All right. Ciao. So it was
Okay, so
great.
take care. And
Take
we'll,
it.
we'll wait for your invitation to your next show.
To your next gig. Okay.
Absolutely, I'll email you now.
Yeah,
All
well,
right, thank you.
we'll,
Stay in
we'll,
touch
we'll
and
put
have
on
a
our
good day.
we'll put on our headband your phone number.
Yeah, perfect. I'll have to make some AI merchandise.
By the way,
Right.
let me just show you an example. Look at this hat.
Right, Avi did. So,
Can you see her face?
yeah.
I can't. Oh my gosh,
This
that's
is
amazing.
this reads.
Oh, you just disappeared.
This is another example of something that we have done. Run bot.seo.info,
Right.
and underneath it you have the phone number 786-268. I have to look at it. 7,364. And that was a website that we abandoned already.
But anyway,
I still have the hat.
Yeah, it's a great hat, and I do love a bucket hat.
I do too. Okay, take care.
Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. A pleasure. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Have a good day.
You
too.
So you are going to finish the discussion?
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock.
So we have to be there at 1:30 or
Yeah, 1:30. Anyway, I'll check. So stop sharing. Stop sharing. It's you.
So I have to stop sharing?
Yeah.
Okay, stop sharing.
Okay, then I can get up.
Okay,
And then you can do your other things.
okay.
Funny, huh? I'm going to end meeting for all.
Yeah, you do everything. I have to document what I've started already.
Let me stop recording.